my channel. I wanted to share with you guys a packaging idea or a gift giving, and I don't know if you guys saw my friend Anna, who has Serenity Creations. Hey girl! She had recently shown some gifts that I gave her for her birthday, and I had given her a handmade, it's called a bag in a box, and I will show you really soon what it is. And I had a handmade sachet inside, and she wanted me to do a tutorial. So it's a really cute packaging idea. Let me share with you an example really quick. So this is what it looks like. Isn't it so super cute? And it's a pretty good size box. Let's see. It measures 3 3/4 inches wide. It's about 2 inches deep, and just this box portion is 3 inches. And then of course you have this cute little bag in it. There is actually some room in the front as well as the back if you want to stick a little bit smaller than a 3x3 note card, you know, to go along with the present. And I just really decorated it up really simply. I just put some of this gold ribbon to go all the way around the box. Die cut out this doily in gold foil and just made a simple flower using some lace. Put that in the center and then just stuck this butterfly. So how it works is this is where you would put whatever goodie you have, and here is my handmade sachet. I had made this, I believe, maybe a year and a half ago, and I actually found that when I was moving, or when I had moved and was unpacking, and I totally forgotten about these. I'd made these for some sort of gift. I think they were coworker gifts when I first made them. So this tutorial is actually for this. I first saw this from PootlesPapercraft, and I will leave the original link to her tutorial down in the description box below. But it's so cute. This is actually made using just one single sheet of 12 by 12 paper, and I just think it is the most darling thing. And wouldn't you just love to receive a gift in something like this? And it serves a dual purpose, because after you take the present out from inside, they can either re-gift it or they can have it as a decoration. So I'm going to actually show you in this tutorial how to make this out of the 12 by 12 paper. That is the original tutorial that I saw. And then I actually came up with the measurements to use an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what you are going to need is some sort of scoring tool. If you do not have a scoreboard like this, you can use a stylus and a ruler. You are also going to need some sort of corner punch. I will be using the 1/2 inch on my corner chomper. You will also need some sort of adhesive. I'm not sure if I'm going to go liquid or dry. You will need a bone folder. This is a Teflon bone folder, which I like to use this to score, and then when I'm burnishing the score lines, I like to use this. But it is totally optional. And of course, you will need a sheet of 12 by 12 paper. It isn't necessary that it's double-sided. It will look cute if you do have double-sided paper, but mine is single-sided. I'm just using a paper from the Michael's Hot Buys, and I don't remember what it's called. I actually think it's called Serenity. Alrighty, to start, you are going to place your 12 by 12 sheet in your scoreboard. So let me bring that down so you guys can see the numbers. And on the first side, you are going to score this at 2, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11.5. Now you're going to rotate this counterclockwise, so your 1/2 inch score line is going to be at the top of the scoreboard, and then you are going to score at 2, 5, 7, and 10. And that is all the scoring for this one. So this is what it should look like. I hope you guys can see the score lines. So this is actually really easy. Once you get the hang of it, you just probably need to do it a couple times, only because of the closure. Alrighty, after you have scored it, go ahead and burnish all your score lines. After burnishing, you just want to lay your paper flat. We are going to do some cutting. I did forget that we do need some scissors for this as well. This is going to be your side tab where the box will end up closing. So basically what we need to do is take this bottom rectangle, this really small rectangle, as well as this top rectangle, and we want to cut that out. You do want to angle cut, just like that, because it'll make folding the box easier. For this one, you can just go straight up. So that is what you are going to remove, just like that. And then go ahead and do the same on this top one. This will be the bottom of the box, and as you can see, there are 4 score lines at the bottom. Go ahead and cut up to the second score line on each one of those. Just separated all of these. Go ahead and with these 3 1/2-inch remaining tabs, go ahead and notch into each one. Because it'll make the closure a little bit easier. So that's what you should have. Now this will be the top of the box or the bag. So this will be our lid or our closure. So go ahead and cut up to that next score line, just like this. And then flip it over, and these 3 remaining panels you want to remove. Now you can use a paper trimmer for this. I'm just going to be brave and use my really long Tim Holtz scissors. Normally I cannot cut in a straight line, just like you just saw there. But you really won't be able to tell. Alrighty, so this is what our pattern should look like. So these 4 flaps, these 1/2-inch tabs notched out, and then this is the flap in the front. So it's this flap right here, okay? Now go ahead and take your corner rounder. Like I said, I'm going to use the 1/2-inch and round your corners. This will make tucking the flap in a lot easier. Okay, and that is all the cutting that you have to do. Now to assemble this box, go ahead and flip it on the reverse side, and we're going to start folding. skip the first line. On the second score line, fold down. And each time you do this, make sure to burnish really well. Okay? Hope you guys can see that. And then on the next score line that you see right here, we are going to fold up. And make sure to burnish that really well. So if I flip this over on the pattern side, that is what it should look like. So I hope that was clear. I'll do that again really quick. Okay, so this is your piece with everything cut out. This is the back side. So on the second score line, you're going to fold down. Then on the next score line, you're going to fold up. So you're essentially doing a mountain and then a valley fold. Okay, so that is what you should have. Now go ahead. I tend to like to fold when I have done this part, because as you can see, this is why I'm saying do not use bulky or thick paper, because you have to layer, essentially this layers 1, 2, 3 layers of paper on top of each other. So I really like to burnish this really well, and then I go to the next one. Alrighty, after we burnish all of these score lines, go ahead and flip your box over and open it back up. We are going to put adhesive right here on this middle tab. And for this, I'm just going to use some dry adhesive and fold it back. So remember, a mountain and then a valley, and make sure that tab is stuck to this bottom tab. I really hope this is making sense. So now essentially we have 2 tabs to adhere our box together instead of the 3 that we had originally. You don't want to put adhesive in this portion because that is for the box and it'll hinder it from moving correctly. So now we want to put adhesive on this strip as well as this one. It's a lot easier to put it on the top one first and then kind of hold it up to put adhesive on the lower tab. Just make sure, don't stick it to each other before you assemble the box. Okay, so here we go. Take this end and adhere this first tab It might be a little bit easier if you just lay this flat and bring that edge so it meets edge to edge. So that part is stuck down now. You want to take this tab and place it in between where that fold is. So remember, no adhesive on this inner part. And it will fit in there, you just kind of have to finagle it. course, it's giving me trouble because I am doing a tutorial on camera. Okay. So just kind of push that in. Make sure your tab is set all the way in as far as you can get it. And then you can lay it flat and burnish that so it'll stay closed. So that is what it should look like, and see how your box is formed? This will be the bottom, since this is the front of our bag. Turn it upside down. We're going to fold the sides in. So this is the back of the box. We're going to fold the back flap down, and then we want to apply adhesive to this front flap. And make sure the bottom is squared up. And stick that down. Okay, when you close this, it's totally normal for it not to reach all the way to the back. So go ahead and just take your bone folder, and I like to just kind of burnish the inside of the bag box because the glue is dry. Normally I would use wet adhesive for that. Now, once you have this all assembled, basically take the box in your hand like this. Take your 2 index fingers and kind of gently push the 2 sides of the bag, and then grab your middle finger and your thumb on both sides and just kind of pinch. I hope that made sense. So if you're holding the bag box like this, take your 2 index fingers, kind of push the sides in, and then with your thumb and middle finger, you're going to bring them together. And to finish it off, just tuck this lid to the inside, and that will hold it closed. Isn't that super cute? And because we only used one 12 by 12 sheet, and there was no piecing anything together, that's what creates these 2 pockets, one in the front and one in the back, where you can put a little tag, you can put a note card, anything you like to dress it up or to let the recipient know who it's from. But like I said, this is how I decorated mine. It looks really just sweet, and it took no time at all. I have a couple more examples. So here is another one. Very similar, just with a different paper and a different butterfly color. And here is my last one. So super, super cute. I love these. So that is my tutorial for this super cute bag in a box. And like I said, it is great packaging, something unexpected for people to receive. So please stay tuned for the next tutorial where I will share with you how to create this using an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comments section below, and I will do my best to answer them. I hope this wasn't really confusing. Like I said, it does take a couple of tries to kind of get the closure, especially. And it's just a little fiddly, but it definitely, I think, is worth it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.